Hi all, myself Anjita Aravind. Today I want to share some knowledge about the acid-base balance in the human body. So shall we start with a brief introduction about the acid-base balance. It should be clear that various ions play different roles that help to maintain the homeostasis of our body. A major homeostatic challenge is keeping the H plus concentration, that is the pH of our body fluids, at an appropriate level. And for normal functioning of the body and the normal enzyme activity, a normal hydrogen ion concentration, that is a normal pH, is essential for our body, and the pH is denoted as it is the negative log of the hydrogen ion concentration. What is hydrogen ion? A hydrogen ion is a single free proton released from hydrogen atoms, and normal hydrogen ion concentration of arterial blood equal to 0.00004 milliequivalent per liter, which is equal to the pH of 7.4. So this is the basic introduction about the acid-base balance. So we already said that we have to maintain the pH of our body fluids. So the pH of the arterial blood is equal to 7.4 and the pH of venous blood equal to 7.35. And intracellular pH is slightly lower than the plasma pH, and pH of urine, which is ranges in between 4.5 to 8. And here we have two definitions to study, that is acidosis and alkalosis. Acidosis is the pH of the body fluids less than the normal value, and alkalosis is the pH of the body fluids is more than the normal value, and pH limit for human survival is 6.8 to 8. So let me start with the basic definitions for the acid and bases. So acids are the molecule that release the H plus ion, that is a proton in solutions. So acid may be of two types. There is strong acids and weak acids. So strong acids, they dissociate rapidly and releases larger amount of the hydrogen ion, but the weaker acids, it has less tendency to dissociate and release less amount of hydrogen ions. Here is two examples for both the strong acids and weak acids. Hydrochloric acid, which is a stronger acid, it dissociate and form into H plus ion and chlorine ions. And the weaker acid, here is an example, that is the carbonic acid, and it is dissociate into H plus, that is hydrogen ion, and a bicarbonate ions. So this is the basic definition of the acids. So next is the bases. Bases are the molecule that can accept the hydrogen ions. So like the acids, the bases are divided into two, that is strong bases and weak bases. The strong bases react strongly with the hydrogen ions. So hydrogen ion, when react with the OH minus ion, it will produces the water molecule, and weak bases, which is bind weakly with the hydrogen ions. So when the hydrogen ion react with the bicarbonate ion, it will produces the carbonic acid. So it is the definition for the bases and its classifications. So next we have to discuss about the defense against changes in pH. So our body is defending against the changes occurring in the pH level. So when the changes occurs, or what are the reasons for changes in pH level? So we have to consider a normal man. When we considering a normal man, several mechanisms helps to maintain the pH level, and because metabolic reactions often produces a huge excess of H plus ion concentration in our body fluids, and if there is any lack of mechanism for the disposal of these H plus ions, which may lead to increased H plus concentration in the body fluids. So we have to eliminate or remove the H plus from our body fluids, and these are depends on the following three mechanisms, that is the buffer systems and respiratory system, that is exhalation of the carbon dioxide, and the third one is the renal control, that is kidney excretion of the H plus ions. These are the three mechanisms which will help to defend against the changes in the pH levels. So shall we start with the first defense mechanism, that is the buffer system. Most of the buffer system in the body consists of a weak acids and the salt of that acids. So the salt of that acid, which is function as a weak base, and the main action of the buffer system is it will prevent the rapid pH changes in the body fluids by converting the strong acids and strong bases into weak acids and weak bases. The principal buffer system of the body fluids are mainly three types: First one is the protein buffer system, second one carbonic acid bicarbonate buffer system, and third one phosphate buffer system. And now we will examine each of these mechanism in more details. So first buffer system is the protein buffer system. We all know that the protein buffer system is the most abundant buffer system in the intracellular fluid and the blood plasma. For example, the protein hemoglobin, it is an especially good buffer within the red blood cells. And the proteins are composed of amino acids. The amino acids are the organic molecules and it contain at least one carboxyl group and one amino group on both the ends. And these groups are the functional component of the protein buffer system. And when there is a rise in the pH level, the free carboxyl group at one end of the protein act like a acid by releasing H+. And this dissociated H+ will combine with the OH- ion to form water. And when there is a fall in the pH level, the free amino group at the other end of the protein can act as a base and it combined with the H+ ions, and the reactions is shown on the figure. Here we can see that the carboxyl group will dissociate the H+ ions and the dissociated H+ ion will combine with the OH- ion to form the water molecules. And when there is a fall in pH, the NH2, that is the amino group end, it will combine with the H+ ions to form the NH3. So it is the protein buffer system. As we have already said that the protein hemoglobin is an important buffer. As the blood flows through the systemic capillaries, the carbon dioxide passes from the tissue cells into the RBCs, and in the RBC it combines with the water molecule to form the carbonic acids. Once the carbonic acid is formed, it dissociates into hydrogen ion and bicarbonate ions. And at the same time, when the carbon dioxide is entering into the RBCs, the oxyhemoglobin is giving up its oxygen to the tissue cells. That is, oxygen is transferred into the tissue cells. And reduced hemoglobin pick up most of the H+ ions, which is formed from the dissociation of the carbonic acids, and it will form reduced hemoglobin, that is the HbH. And the summarized form of the relations are given on the picture. So next buffer system is the carbonic acid bicarbonate buffer system. The carbonic acid bicarbonate buffer system, it is based on the bicarbonate ion and carbonic acid, because the bicarbonate ion which act as a weak base and the carbonic acid which act as a weak acids. And we all know that the bicarbonate is a significant anion in both intracellular and extracellular fluid, because the kidney also synthesize new bicarbonate and reabsorb the filtered bicarbonate, and this important buffer is not lost in the urine. If there is any excess of the H+ ion concentration, the bicarbonate can function as a weak base and it will remove the excess H+, and it is shown on the reaction. That is, hydrogen ion bind with the bicarbonate ion as a weak base and it will form the carbonic acids. And then the carbonic acid, that is H2CO3, dissociate into water and carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide is exhaled from the lungs. And if there is any shortage of the H+ ion concentration, the H2CO3, that is the carbonic acid, it function as a weak acids and provide hydrogen ions, and it is shown on the reaction. That is, carbonic acid which is function as a weak acids and it dissociate into hydrogen ion and bicarbonate ion. So it is the carbonic acid bicarbonate buffer system. Next buffer system is the phosphate buffer system, and this system acts similar to the carbonic acid bicarbonate buffer system. The major component of the phosphate buffer system are dihydrogen phosphate and monohydrogen phosphate, and we all know that the phosphate are the major ion in intracellular fluid and minor ions in the extracellular fluid. The dihydrogen phosphate ion acts as a weak acid and is capable of buffering the strong bases such as OH-, and the reaction is given the OH minus ion, the hydroxide ion. It is a strong base, and dihydrogen phosphate, which is a weak base, and it combine to form water molecule and monohydrogen phosphate. And the monohydrogen phosphate ion is capable of buffering the H plus released by a strong acid, such as the hydrochloric acids, by acting as a weak base, and the reaction is given, that is the monohydrogen phosphate act as a weak base and it combined with the hydrogen ions. It is a strong one, it is released from any strong acids, and these are combined to form the dihydrogen phosphate, which is a weak acid. This is the phosphate buffer system. It is used for the acid base balance. The next mechanism for acid base balance is the exhalation of carbon dioxides. An increase in the carbon dioxide concentration in body fluid increases the H plus concentration also, and this will lead to a lowering of the pH level, that is the body fluid is more acidic in nature. And also a decrease in the carbon dioxide concentration of body fluid will raises the pH level and it will make the body fluids more alkaline, and the chemical interaction of this mechanism is illustrated as a reversible reaction, that is the carbon dioxide combined with the water molecule and it will form into carbonic acid, and the carbonic acid is dissociated into hydrogen ion and the bicarbonate ion, and the changes in the rate and the depth of breathing can alter the pH of the body fluids within a couple of minutes, and its mechanism is discussed on the next slide. So here we can see the acid base balance by the respiratory system. So any stimulus which will disrupt the homeostasis by decreasing the blood pH. So this disruption will causes the activation of the receptors which will present on the central chemoreceptors in the medulla oblongata and peripheral chemoreceptors in the aortic and carotid bodies. So these receptors get activated and it will send an input into the inspiratory control area in the medulla oblongata, and it will send a nerve impulses to the effector organs such as the diaphragms. So the diaphragm contract more forcefully and frequently, so more carbon dioxide is exhaled and it will lead to increasing of the pH level and return to the homeostasis. So this circle will continues and this cycle continues to maintain the acid base balance by the respiratory system. The next mechanism for acid base balance is by the renal control. Metabolic reactions may produce the non-volatile acids. The non-volatile acids such as the sulfuric acid, and the only way to eliminate this huge acid load is to excrete H plus in the urine. So kidney excretion of the H plus ions. In the picture we can see the mechanism for the secretion of H plus and the buffering of H plus in the urine, and the main cells which is regulate the pH of the body are the intercalated cells in the collecting duct. The apical membrane of some intercalated cells include proton pumps, that is the H plus ATPase that secrete the H plus ion into the tubular fluids. It is seen on the first picture, that is secretion of H plus, and the bicarbonate ion produced by the dissociation of the carbonic acid inside the intercalated cells crosses the basolateral membrane by means of the chlorine bicarbonate antipoters, and these bicarbonate are diffuses into the peritubular capillaries, and the bicarbonate that enter the blood in this way are new, that is these bicarbonate are not filtered form, it is produced inside the intercalated cells, and for this reason the blood leaving the kidney in the renal vein may have more amount of bicarbonate concentration than the blood which is entering into the kidney by the renal artery. And the second type of intercalated cells, in this the proton pump is in the basolateral membrane and the chlorine bicarbonate antipoters in the apical membrane, that is opposite to this system. Here we see that the proton in the apical and chlorine and bicarbonate in the basolateral, and the second type, it is just opposite to these type, and these intercalated cells will secrete the bicarbonate and reabsorb the hydrogen ions. Thus, the two type of intercalated cells helps to maintain the pH of the body fluids by two methods: by excreting the excess amount of the H plus when pH of the body fluid is too low, and excreting excess of bicarbonate when the pH is too high. And in this picture, first picture, we can see the secretion of the H plus into the tubule lumen. So some H plus secreted into the tubular fluid of collecting duct is buffered, but not by the bicarbonate. It is by the ammonia and the monohydrogen phosphate. These two are the most plentiful buffer in the tubular fluid of the collecting duct, and the monohydrogen and ammonia will combine with the hydrogen which is secreted into the tubule lumen, and it will produces dihydrogen phosphate ion and ammonium ion, because these ions cannot diffuse back into the tubule cells and they are excreted in the urine. This is the renal control of the acid-base balance, that is the secreted hydrogen ion in collecting duct which combine with the ammonia and monohydrogen phosphate to form ammonium ion and dihydrogen phosphate ion, and it is excreted through the urine. So it is the acid-base balance mechanism which happens in the kidneys or renal control. We all know the normal pH range of the systemic arterial blood, and it is between the 7.35 to 7.45. Sometimes there is acid-base imbalances may occur, and it is known as the acidosis and alkalosis. And the acidosis is the blood pH is below the 7.35, and alkalosis the blood pH is above 7.45. And there is also respiratory acidosis, respiratory alkalosis, metabolic acidosis, and metabolic alkalosis may occur. In respiratory acidosis, increased partial pressure of carbon dioxide may causes, and here the decreased pH level, that is below 7.35, and but in respiratory alkalosis there is decreased partial pressure of carbon dioxide and increased pH level above 7.45. When we consider the metabolic acidosis and metabolic alkalosis, in metabolic acidosis there is decreased bicarbonate and decreased pH level below 7.35, and in metabolic alkalosis increased bicarbonate level and increased pH concentration, that is above 7.45. This is the acid-base imbalances which occurs in the humans. Here we can see the summary of the acidosis and alkalosis, its conditions, definition, common causes and compensatory mechanisms of the respiratory acidosis and alkalosis, metabolic acidosis and alkalosis. I hope the section was useful for all. Thank you for listening me.